Okay, guys, let's look at reducer in this video. Again, it's a video following the first one, explain mapper. So this one we're gonna explain reducer. I strongly recommend you to watch that video, explanation of mapper. There's a lot of things I will not repeat in this video. So close this one, double click reducer, look at the source code. This source code is much shorter than the typical Java programming because the thing you need to do is pretty simple, intuitive. So let's look at data model first. Again, how do you find a data model, the picture? Go to your PowerPoint, PPT, and find out item here and click it. You will see this picture. Here's your reducer. As a developer, you need to make Java program for a reducer because only you knows what your reducer need to do. In this typical example, maximum temperature, the reducer's job is to take a pair, find the maximum temperature in this list and pass that pair along. Again, three things as we point out in mapper: your input, your output, and your data handling, data manipulation. Your input to your reducer is a pair. Every time you get a pair. The key is a year. The value is a list of temperatures. Okay. The output of your reducer is the same. The key is the same, the year. The value is the maximum temperature, the biggest number in the list that passed in. Okay. Then, with that explained, your reducer's job is simple. Your job is to go through the list of temperatures and find out the biggest number. When you find it out, make another pair, the year and the biggest number, and pass it along. And that's what your reducer needs to do. One thing we need to point it out, this is very important. The input to your reducer, in a sense, is the output of your mapper. Okay. Even though in the middle we have a shuffle procedure there, okay, but the shuffle procedure does not change any value of the data. It only reorganize data in a different way. Okay. So the output of your mapper is a lot of pairs. Each pair is a year and a temperature. Your shuffle just simply merge the pairs by key. Same key, you will put together the values into a list and pass to the reducer. Okay. In other words, if I know the output of my mapper, then I should know what's the input of my reducer. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's look at the program right here. I double-click reducer already, and here's my source code. Look at here's the definition of the class. No much. Again, we'll go back to this part again. So let's look at the only function here. It's called reduce. Pretty intuitive. You're going to define your reduce function. Input to your reduce is a pair. The key is, I should put a quiz here. The key is the year. If you know your output of your mapper, then this is your input of your reducer. Your output of your mapper is the year temperature. So your input of your reducer would be year and a list of temperatures. Okay. So that's the input. Output at the end, the context right, the key will be the same key, nothing changed. The value is one number. That will be the maximum number. Okay. So input, output. In the middle are the procedure to find out the biggest number in a list. Okay. Well, how to find out the biggest number in a list? For human beings, that's an easy task. If give me 4 values. It's so easy to see, to identify the biggest number. For computers is pretty dumb. So how computers find out the biggest number? I use this example to explain that to you. Here's my list of values, okay? Computer, first, take a temporary position, okay? That means I will define a variable here, a container, a placeholder, okay? When I have this placeholder, then I'm gonna read the numbers one by one in the list. When I read the first value, that means 1, and this value compare my current value. My current value is, let me put it here. It will be the minimum and value. At the beginning, I put the smallest number possible at my placeholder, okay? And then I go through the list values. Take one value, one by one. Take the first value, which is number 1. Compare the value to my current placeholder value and keep the bigger one. Because the beginning is the smallest, and the number 1 will be definitely bigger than this. Then I will keep the bigger value, which is number 1 in this case, okay? Then I'm done for the first number. Repeat this. Go to the second number, okay, and repeat the procedure. Second number, number 5, compare number 5 to my current value, keep the bigger value. In this case, it's 5, so keep 5, okay? Then go to the third number, repeat that, keep the bigger, which is 9. And go to the next value is number 3, compare to the current value, keep the bigger, which is number 9. And I exhaust all the values in this way. At the end of my procedure, my placeholder right here, the value here will be the biggest number in the list. Okay, that's exactly what you see here. First, this is my placeholder. I call it the maximum number, but I give it the minimum, the smallest value possible at the beginning. And go through this list of values one by one. Every time I get a value, I keep the bigger value using this function, the max function. Compare my placeholder value to the current value in the list and keep the bigger one. And go through all the values in the list. In the end, my placeholder will have the biggest number. And then I'm done. And then I make it a pair, key, and the value, send it to the context, and give the framework, and I'm done. And my reduce job is done right here. From the year and the list of temperature, I find the biggest temperature, make the pair as a year and the biggest number, and then pass along for the framework. Then the reduce job is done. Okay, to wrap it up, we need to pay attention to the input key, input value, output key, output value. The data type are clearly declared here when you define your class. So your input pair would be a text in writable list, and then text, text. Okay. All right, this is the reducer. Let's stop here. Next video, I'm gonna explain the job runner.